letters either. Why not, dude?
Because you have to buy a red letter Bible.
Really?
Yeah, that's why they're called red letter Bibles.
I didn't know that was a thing. You have to buy that to get Jesus' letter words highlighted?
Yeah, unless you're a theologian, you already know. Or Jesus
I didn't go
taught.
with theologians.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
And this ESV that I have is not, I don't think, it's not a red letter Bible, but you know the red letters are like in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
In the New Testament, yeah.
Well, yeah, because Jesus wasn't here before.
Well, he was. He was here.
He was here. He's God, but
He was here before the earth
I'm
was
getting
created.
canceled for that right there. Yeah. No, you have to. They have red letter Bibles, like at Mardell's. Have you been there?
Yeah. They're still open? It's been years.
You remember that one Christian store that was at Citadel Crossing, like where Entertain Mart is?
By the Citadel Mall?
No. Well, yeah, kind of.
Or Chapel Hills Mall? The Citadel Mall. Yeah, I know it was down south. I do remember that. Isn't that where Mardell's is?
No. Mardell's is like...
Bro, when I left the south of
Powers
Colorado,
now.
I always stayed in the north, bro, or the east. I don't go hang out in the south.
Yeah, but Mardell's is a Christian bookstore.
No offense, because I love the south, but I used to only get up into trouble south of Colorado.
Mardell's is a Christian bookstore.
Yeah, I know that.
You haven't been there since you were 10.
Yeah, probably. No.
I go there all the time. I have their app on my phone. So I get,
They have an app?
yeah, because you get
You can order books?
Yeah, and you get 30% off.
You can order the red letter?
Bible, yeah.
Yeah.
They got they got every kind of Bible at Mardell's.
Yeah, I need.
And they'll put your name on it.
That's where this one.
Like they'll,
I got this one from Mardell's.
You bought that when you were 10?
No, I didn't buy this.
Oh. So how did you
Val.
get that from Mardell's?
Remember Val? We went to me, Val, and my little brother. She bought me and my little brother a Bible.
You went to the store with her.
Mm-hmm.
You just said, no, I didn't go there.
Yeah, I said, but there has been years. Yeah, she says I love you.
Val who?
She used to go to this church.
That's cool.
Light body.
Alright.
Redhead.
Okay, we'll just keep it at that because we're name dropping again.
Well, you just told me to.
I know, but you could have been like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man. I need that red letters in my life
Yes.
every day.
Well, we got some stories to tell today. So I guess we'll welcome everybody.
Welcome. Street
to
Squad.
the Street Squad! Street Smart Christian.
You're happy to be back, everybody.
Yeah, we're happy to be back. Last couple episodes, horrible audio. Probably still horrible audio today. We're growing more every day.
Yeah.
We're getting more. We're trying to be in more of a comfortable atmosphere.
Yeah. This will
Somewhere-
be different eventually.
Yeah, we'll put our banner up there. I forgot it, but this is Street Squad in a tiki hut.
We're in a surf shack right now.
Yeah, we're probably gonna go
And we're
surfing.
about to teach you how to surf, and we're in a landlocked state of Colorado.
Yeah, and you guys could probably hear the rain hitting the tin
Yes,
roof.
we might
of
be
the
able
building.
to go out there and surf today, bro.
Yeah, which praise God for the rain.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's coming down heavy.
Yeah, allergies are gonna suck tomorrow, but I'm not gonna complain
Really?
because we need.
Why is that?
Because when it rains, everything opens up.
Oh.
It's horrible. For
You have bad allergies?
face. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Sinus pressure?
Yeah, I didn't get them till I was in my 20s either.
Dang.
I just thought I had a cold all the time.
It's just allergies? Seasonal allergies?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't get colds in the wintertime. I don't get sick that often, but I'm like, I don't get colds in the wintertime, but apparently I get them in June and July.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a cold, it was just allergies, so now I have to take that Claritin.
Hey, Claritin.
Gotta pop it like an addict.
Claritin D?
I don't know. My wife buys it for me.
Oh, you did. Sorry.
It's Claritin non-drowsy.
Yeah. I think that's what Claritin D is. Maybe Claritin D is the drowsy one. Hence the D.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't take it.
You ever take NyQuil?
Actually, this whole since
yeah.
Thursday.
That the one that puts you to sleep?
Yeah, I took both.
God.
That one is. I like that one better, and I only do the liquid form.
Do you have some crazy dreams?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I was.
Yeah.
I had strep, everybody, on, and now Adam
Or
probably does
monkey.
too.
Or
No.
monkeypox.
No. No, I had strep. I came down with being sick on a Thursday. Out of nowhere, my throat just got a little itchy, felt kind of weird. I'm just going to segue right into this story that I wanted to share with everybody. Yeah, I had an itchy throat, just felt kind of weird, kind of lightheaded, kind of dizzy. I'm like, I just worked out a couple days before. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe I'm sore. Maybe I'm missing some vitamins or something. Hale?
No.
You all right?
Taking vitamin, like working out made you sick?
Well, that's what I was justifying in my head.
Are you saying that you worked out so hard?
That I worked out too hard, yeah. Like I overdid it, right?
All right.
But, anyway, moving forward, it's hailing now. Are your windows open up?
Yeah.
I ended up, trying to go to sleep. I don't know if I took NyQuil that first night, but turned into a fever dream kind of night, if you will. I was just tossing and turning, cold sweats, just felt horrible. And I found myself just praying to God. Every moment that I was awake, I just felt miserable, and I was praying, and it started out as me asking God, hey, can you take this away from me? Because I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. There was a lot of me asking. And then it turned into me thanking God and, for what he has given me, and then the position that I'm at here with Adam. And I started praying about the situations in our lives, right? And he started giving me this motivation. And I started to feel good while I still felt terrible. And I'm going to raise my voice because the rain is getting louder.
It's getting loud on the roof. It's
crazy.
Loud.
Sorry if you guys got that feedback, but it would probably be even worse if we were in the crow's nest.
It's going to be like Satan is trying to butte us.
He's trying to quiet me down.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there and just asking God, what does he want me to contribute to this program, the Street Smart Christian, to Adam, to all of you that spend your time listening to us. And I just kept asking him, and he gave me, I started opening the Bible on my phone using the Bible app, and the first thing that came up was this verse, and I was like, boom. This verse it was talking about is Ephesians. I'm going to save it because I might use it again later. I shared that instantly to the page, and then I had it in my head that I'm like, hey, I'm going to do my first street race tomorrow. I already called off for the day because I started feeling weird the day before, so I'm like, I already called off. I have the day to myself. I'll take my son to school, and then I'll come back home. I'll park my car. I'll do my first street race. And I'm like, God, just help me get through this. If this is what you want me to do, help me get through this tonight. Oh!
Hey, the rain is coming down. The rain is coming down, and we're going to praise God for this rain. But we're going to be like, we're in a steel building, so bear with us, guys. Bear with us. Like, our cars might be floating down the street.
We might need to get the surfboards out.
But this is... I'm not going to pretend like we didn't look at the weather, because we didn't.
I didn't. Oh, there it goes.
This is what it's about. This is what it's about. Yeah.
This will come into my story too. This noise right here. I was on fire that night, even though I felt terrible. I was talking to God. I felt like I knew what He wanted me to do. And I was going to wake up the next day. I had a plan, right? So I get up, feel 10 times worse than I did that night. Just felt awful. Felt horrible. I'm like, I am definitely sick. I need to be careful so I don't get my son sick. I need to be careful so I don't get anybody sick at his school when I drop him off. So I take him, drop him off. I got my Bible with me. And then I get parked at my house. I'm sitting there.
Satan doesn't care about your story, bro.
I'm sitting there and I'm praying. And I'm saying, God, help me do this right now because I don't feel like I want to do it anymore. I feel terrible. I'm coming up with every excuse in my head to not do it. And the night before, when I found that verse, I posted it and I wrote on it that something more is going to come from this. And I'm like, come on, I got something that I need to uphold you, Lord. You wanted this to happen, let's make this happen. And I made every excuse I could, and I didn't do it. And what it came down to is this. That noise got so loud in my own head that, yes, obviously I was sick. No one's going to expect you to do much when you're sick. My voice, I don't know if I'm coming across as sick on this either, and I apologize if I am, but I'm good now. Don't have strep anymore. I'm on antibiotics. But the noise, the outside noise, the devil just getting in your head and giving you every excuse, little or small, to just be like, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't feel good today. I can just put it off. Maybe I'll do it later tonight. I'll do it before I go to bed. I'll do this. I'll do that. I don't feel this. I don't feel that. Every excuse in the book. And I feel like that's just something I wanted to share with you guys because it just broke me. I'm like, I was on fire and I was in a fever dream of sweats and just horrible. And then I was still feeling okay because I was talking to God the whole time.
Right.
You know, and then I felt like I let Him down. I felt like I let Him down, and then, you know, then I just felt defeated, and I was like, okay, I didn't make much of my sick time. I could have been studying more, could have been doing something, but that whole thing deflated it. I slept, and I probably needed it, right? Like,
right.
Those are things you got to think. You got to give yourself a little bit of slack in that situation. But what I wanted, my point is that hearing that noise, I wanted to see if Adam, you've ever experienced that too.
Every day.
On a similar level. I mean, it's something
So,
that I think everybody, we might all struggle with this, and especially once you start pursuing Christ and a relationship with Him even more, the devil's going to be like, no.
Yeah, every day. Just to reel it back, the street races that he's talking about, if you've been a long-time follower, and when I'm saying long-time followers for a few months, I started doing what's called a street race. Obviously, Street Smart Christian, so I incorporated with that. 15-minute shorts, 30-minute shorts, whatever it is, of just what's on our heart, what we've been studying. More into the Bible study part of it, or just what it is that we want to incorporate with the day, and how we're going to go on that day biblically and following Christ. And yeah, no, and my excuse is I wasn't sick. I was on fire for doing it, and then I would have these things in my head, wake up in the morning, and I just let life in the world take over and make excuses of, okay, well, you know, the original excuse, well, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to say anything. Well, I'll say it when I get to work. I'll say it when I'm driving down the road, or I'll say, and it just...
I'll do it on my lunch break.
Lunch break, at the end of the day, on my way home, any of that, and I get wrapped up in the world because I'm human, and at the end of the day, Christ kicks me right in the butt and says, "Why? I didn't say pick up your cross and follow me when it's convenient for you."
Right.
No. So we can't come up with excuses. So I think through all this testimony and what we're saying tonight is just a push. And encouragement works, guys. I mean, blow our social media up, blow our YouTube feeds up, blow our podcasting feeds up. Push us. I mean, we don't need you guys to push us, but I think what we need to try to do is I need to start putting out daily, every other day, street races. Kevin putting out street races whenever he can.
Yeah.
And just going at it. I mean, and then, you know, if it's we go live, we go live. It's just what it is. So, and it helps, guys, when we get out of our heads and you guys give us things, topics, and deals that you guys want to talk about, and you guys want to express, or you want us to say something that's on your heart. Hit us up.
I think a big thing too that y'all can take away from this is that obviously me and Adam are both human.
Yeah.
And we succumb to the world just like all of us do. I mean, it's the easiest thing to do. And,
Right.
you know, it's like making sacrifices.
Right.
You know, instead of, you know, getting off of work and hitting the liquor store, grab a couple beers, park outside your house, drink some beers. What if you spent that time doing something for God? You know, if you know Him, you know, you're obviously, if you're doing something that you feel is good for yourself, and
Right.
it's really not, like, come on, you know, you got to really question those things, and that this kind of topic, I don't know if it's on topic or not, but it brings up Mark 12:41 for me, and it's the widow's offering. I don't know if you guys know that story, but I'll go ahead and read it here for us, if you don't mind, Adam.
No, yeah. It's all you.
Jesus sat down opposite the place where the offerings were put and watched the crowd putting their money into the temple treasury. Many rich people threw in large amounts, but a poor widow came and put in 2 very small copper coins, worth only a few cents. Calling his disciples to him, Jesus said, "Truly I tell you, this poor widow has put more money into the treasury than all of the others. They all gave out their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put in everything, all that she had to live on." To me, that just resonates.
Right.
Like that's so powerful.
Yeah, give everything you got.
Like that's your last 2 cents. What are you gonna eat? How are you gonna eat?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? It's like you gotta have total trust in God for that.
Yeah.
To be that widow, to be that woman that was just like, hey,
Yeah.
I know I need to go give God this
Right.
right now. And who knows, what church did she give it to? Did that church take care of her?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't know the rest of the story. Did someone just random? Did God send someone to give her a meal? Did
Right.
God send someone to give her a home? Did God send someone to do something for this woman?
Yeah.
I'm sure He did. I have no doubt, because Jesus witnessed it,
Right.
and He probably was like, "Boom, I
Could've
got
been.
you. You're gonna have a lobster dinner tonight."
Yeah. And yeah. Well, then here's the gut punch to the two of us. Is Paul teaching Titus? Titus is no more just like me and like all of us.
You know,
For an overseer of God's steward, as God's steward, must be above reproach. He must not be arrogant or quick-tempered or a drunkard or violent or greedy for gain, but hospitable, a lover of good, self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined. He must hold firm to the trustworthy word as taught, so that he may be able to give instruction and sound doctrine, and also to rebuke those who contradict it.
Boom.
Right there, Paul's telling us,
Drop this now.
drop the mic. And he goes on to the pure. To the pure, all things are pure, but to the defiled and unbelieving, nothing is pure. When we start getting in our heads and doing this and that, it's Satan. It's not pure.
Yeah.
We know what we're supposed to do. That's pure. That's Titus, 1:15.
Especially when
To the pure, all things are pure. To the pure, all things are pure. We're not pure. Yeah, we're born again Christians.
We're pure through Christ.
So all those feelings of, man, I need to do a street race, or I need to do this and that, that's pure. But to the unbelieving, the defiled, nothing is pure. But both their minds and their consciences are defiled. He's telling Titus right there, you get in your head, you get with the impure and the unbelievers. It's the world, guys. It's what. Then your conscience and your mind is defiled.
Mm-hmm. If you start to
decide not to do it, you give in to Satan by saying, well, I know you were sick. Well, I'm too sick. Or I'm too tired, in my case. Or I'm
not good enough.
I'm running late to work. I'm not good enough. I'm not a theologian. Well, that's
unbelieving.
Your conscience are defiled. They profess to know God. This is the other thing. This is one thing. They profess to know God, but they deny Him in their works.
Ooh.
They are distable, disobedient, unfit for any good work.
Dang.
This is saying they know God. They claim to know God, but deny Him by their works.
Dang.
This is the lukewarm Christian. These are the people out there with the fish on their car and the cross on their neck. And Ron touched on that on Sunday.
What are you talking about me, Adam?
You pick up your cross when you come in the building on Sunday and you leave it at the door.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to have that fish on your car and that cross on your neck and that what would Jesus do bracelet on, then you better walk the walk, because Paul right here is telling Titus to tell this to the church, to tell them they profess to know God, but they deny Him by their works. That means by their actions, folks.
So here's the question: Are your choices or your actions against God? Are the things that you're doing in your day-to-day life?
We do it every day.
Think about it. Yeah, it's like, dang.
We do it every day.
Check yourself.
Yeah, I need
to
check. And we're supposed to, as Denzel just said, I just picked my nose. I had an itch on there. As Denzel Washington said in a quote, put your shoes under your bed so in the morning you have to get on your knees.
Oh.
That's how we should be starting our days. And guys, I'm not saying that that's what I do every day, because it's not. I usually start my day by hitting the snooze button 3 or 4 times and then finally getting upset at the fact that I have to wake up. That's one thing.
Are you looking in my window again?
Yeah. Imagine this. You get the opportunity to wake up every day.
Breath in your lungs.
But you're mad because you have to wake up. You're mad. You're mad that as a kid, you're mad your mom woke you up on the weekend. You're mad that you got to go to your job. You're not given the fact that a miracle of God just happened. Your body shut down for how many hours you allowed it to, and you just shut down. Like your conscience is still going, but
just thinking about random things.
Your brain shut off.
Yeah. And
then you wake up and you're mad? And And in the same breath, you're mad about waking up, but at the same time, you're like, I hope I don't die.
Yeah.
Your brain is so confused. Like,
contradicting scenario right there. Huh?
You're mad that you woke. So, I
That's
get it.
That's
like,
the thing about not people saying, no offense to anybody out there, I'm not a morning person. To me, that is a choice. What do you think about that?
But I am a morning person.
I am too, but look at
But
we
I'm
both hit
still-
snooze. Beep,
Oh.
beep, beep. And we're like, I got to get up. I don't want to get up.
I'm basically telling God I'm mad that you woke me up to go out and spread your word. That's what I'm saying. Really. And then I'm
go give you
grouchy
everything, yeah.
because before I go to bed, my brain is alert, and I'm like, oh man, tomorrow morning I'm going to set up my camera and I'm going to give everybody a 15-minute street race, and we're going to go over a couple passages through the Bible, or maybe I'm just going to go over what happened in the news and how us Christians should respond to that, and blah, blah, blah. And then I get in my car and I'm like,
I just want to listen to my music. Beep.
or I want to turn on Alistair Big, which is good. But
That
I'm
is
just
good.
I'm like, when I get to work, I'll say it. When I get to work, my coworker shows up, and then all Christianity leaves, and I'm like, oh, man, it sucks. I mean, it's.
See, you get in that negative space. It sucks.
But
My situation sucks. But when you really sit there, you start with an attitude of gratitude.
God's working because
another Denzel quote right there.
I thought I was, struggling on this on my own, and I got to uphold an image. And then Kevin shows up tonight, and he's struggling with the same thing, and we're trying to reach the same goal.
Yeah.
So it's like two corners of the triangle fighting to meet in the middle.
Make that point.
And we're gonna try to stop that and work on it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, whatever I look like, whatever my attitude is, that's just what I'm gonna put out there. And
It's real. We want to be real with you guys.
Yeah.
So bear with us.
I mean, we're not saying that we wake up and our head bounces off the pillow every day and we're like, Jesus. Like, obviously that's what we want to feel, and that's what we hear on these radio stations and all this and that. Oh, Jesus. Well, that's not the reality of things, guys, and we want it to be.
Yeah.
But we need y'all to pray for us. We need you to, encourage us. I mean, we work together great.
Or
But-
discourage us, because that might put some fire under us too.
Oh man,
Put
you would
something.
think, yeah. But I mean, that's what we need to do. I mean, Paul's printed it out right here. We went through all of the Timothys and Titus here. You read Titus. And if any of you guys are like, I wish I could read a chapter in the Bible, but it's so long. Titus is 3 chapters long. You want to impress somebody? Read that real quick.
I wish I could read, Adam.
Yeah, well,
I can't read.
I'm impressed, first off.
This is a braille Bible. No, I'm sorry. No,
Kevin could read.
barely, dude.
Like, that impresses me.
Barely. Did you hear how I stutter, man?
Yeah.
Where's Titus?
I mean, it's
Is it before Revelation?
after Timothy.
Should be before Revelation. There it is. This book,
It's one of my yeah.
Hebrews. Philemon. Philemon? Philemon? Philemon?
Nobody's coming on our podcast now.
See, I can't read, dude. This is literally
And as
2 pages, dude.
as we go through Titus, I mean, some of the biggest things here is
I like it.
chapter 2. But as for you, teach what accords with sound doctrine. Older men are to be sober-minded. This is where people get you get twisted. Like, well, I like to drink Coors Lights and I like to do this. I'm not saying you can't do that, but it's saying being sober-minded. I mean, if you're the guy that likes to come home and you like to have your cold beer, whatever, if that's you and you can control that, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing in the Bible says you can't drink.
But Adam, Jesus turned water into wine.
Yeah, man. If y'all using that excuse to everybody like you, well, I love Jesus, but I like to get wasted. Jesus never told everybody to get wasted. Like, get that out of your head. But as for you, he's talking to Titus. Teach what accords with sound doctrine. So he's telling Titus right there, teach what the Bible says. God's word only. Do not stray from that. Don't make up your own words. Don't make up your own rules. Don't blah, blah, blah. Sound doctrine in the Bible. Keep to the scriptures. Older men are to be sober-minded. Now, I'm a teenager. I could get wasted. It's for the older guys. No, this is for you adult kids. Back then, they used to die at like 25. So, 15-year-olds, you're an older man. So, yeah. Dignified and self-controlled. Self-control. Boy, is that a hard one?
Extremely. I know I can't.
In the world y'all live in and we're living in, that means social media, internet, video games,
food,
sodas,
everything.
Junk,
everything.
Checking out girls.
Yeah, women's.
Girls checking out dudes. Everything.
Ladies too.
Sound in faith, in love and steadfastness. Older women, you women's, likewise are to be reverent in behavior. That means y'all ladies can't be getting wasted either. You like your wine? I get it.
Yeah.
It's fine, but not a whole bottle.
Crushed grapes. At least not to yourself or not alone.
No, it doesn't matter. Don't be slanderers or slaves to much wine. Paul, what Paul said? Let me repeat that again. Not slanderers or slaves to much wine. You guys realize that when you start drinking and then you get that buzz, and then your boys are drinking and you become a slave to that. Whether you want to admit it or not, you think you have control of it. This is what I like to do. I like to taste the beer. That's what all these rednecks say. I like to taste the beer. Well, you don't taste them after 13, so you like the headache too the beer gives you, the dehydration, the wanting to drink 10 gallons of water because your face is falling off the next day.
Yeah.
The no energy. And I hear these guys, I'm a functioning drunk, so I can get up, I would do my job, dude. Let me tell you what, your job, your work that you're doing sucks. So don't tell yourself that.
don't keep lying to yourself. But I get that. That's you become a slave to that.
Right.
You become a slave to a good time. You become a slave.
And you ladies that are like,
alcohol.
My husband's such a blah 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 blankety blank. I have to drink tonight. Well, then you're with the wrong guy. Or you have a problem. So maybe figure it out with him before you start pounding. I don't know. This is a guy. But you ladies, women likewise are to be reverent in behavior, not slanderers or slaves to much wine. They are to teach what is good. Y'all ladies are supposed to be teaching these children and these other ladies this good word. That's what Paul's saying. So when y'all got mad at me for saying that women are not to be preachers, and that's blasphemous, and that's heresy, and that's the problem with the church, and everybody was showing up at my house with pitchforks and torches.
Sorry about that, man.
He didn't say y'all can't do anything. You guys can plant that seed. You guys are, when you're growing up, your mom is your hero. As a little baby and child.
A baby and child?
Well, I mean, you guys have much more influence than you think.
Ain't that the
truth?
truth?
Even now today,
especially in young boys' lives.
Even now today, where the dads are not a big part of a lot. You guys have so much influence in these kids' lives. You set them on the path of where they're going to go. You guys are so important, ladies. So just because you hear things where you're not supposed to be preachers and you're not supposed to be preached from the pulpit. You're supposed to be at the home leading these children to bring more people to Christ. You guys are you're that nail, you're that hammer and that nail to get kids saved and into church and doing this. You guys are molding, if you have sons or nephews or grandkids, sons, you're molding them of who they're going to be behind that pulpit. So you have a very important job. If you didn't have an important job, then God wouldn't have said, everything's almost perfect. Oh, let me take the rib from Adam and here you go.
Let me make you the perfect partner.
You guys are very, very important. So, and Paul's saying it right here. So train young women to love their husbands and children, to be self-controlled, pure, working at home, kind, and submissive to their own husbands, that the word of God may not be reviled. Likewise, urge younger men to be self-controlled. Show yourself in all respects to be a model of good works. And in your teaching, show integrity, dignity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, so that an opponent may be put to shame, having nothing evil to say about us. We're supposed to be spitting this stuff so that the haters can't just be legitimately hating on us.
You can't hate on that.
And we're supposed to be.
How can you hate on that? That's
well, yeah, but they do.
Such a beautiful thing. It's
and we're supposed to be leaders.
If our sons had that this day and age, and our daughters and if the family was still cherished the way that God intended it, things would be a little bit better, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to bring all that doomsday stuff into this, but
no, but guys,
it's such an important thing to have that strong family structure.
Community.
It's huge.
Community is gone. Church community is gone. We need to bring that back.
Well, there is a church community. It's just not.
It's just right here.
It's not. It's what's the word I'm trying to say?
The church community that's out there right now is for people who want their ears tickled.
Yeah, boom.
It's the prosperity gospel. It's their ears are getting tickled, and I just got to come out and say it that if you're into that, you're being led straight into hell, and that might get me less likes or people not, but. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't tell you the truth. Yeah. We're not here to tickle your ears. We're here to study with you and get closer to Christ and walk more like Christ and be more like-minded as Christ is. Not to say that y'all are just going to be all right. You're going to be rich. You're going to be healthy. No. The world drop kicks you in the face, and we want to lead you more like Christ.
Yeah.
Be more like Christ, because he suffered a lot for us. And
if God put his son through that,
why
would he not put us through that?
He put you through that. He put him through that, but then wanted you just sit back and just be like, ee. No.
Yeah, well, that's not how this works, and that sounds rough, but that's like working for what you get. Think about that.
Yeah.
When you do something, when you built that greenhouse, have you used it yet? You got plants in there yet?
I got peppers this
How does that feel? Because you
Today
put the effort in.
It felt like it's going to be really hot because I was smelling it and it smelled like hot peppers in there. Like the peppers were getting long, and I was like, oh boy, like I might have. Oh, it's gonna stink because
nobody
we all know
on this section of the video.
Yeah, because they already know it's gonna happen. They already know that I'm gonna bring like the freshest one. No.
Oh, we're gonna eat a whole one.
Probably, because I'm probably going to wait till, like, there's one that's already like this long. And then there's a bunch that are like this long. And then there's little ones.
Are they Reapers?
Well, see, there's the problem.
Don't know what they are.
Yeah, well, I got habaneros, and I've got hot salsa blend.
That's a chili?
Yeah, they go along, and there's like yellow, red, and black. I wanted to get Carolina Reapers, but I didn't buy those.
Don't.
Well, I probably will next year. They have, you like the hot Cheetos? They have the Carolina Reaper hot Cheetos now.
No way.
Yeah. And I've been watching them on TikTok and Instagram.
Did you try it?
Well, these little blonde, no, I haven't, but these blonde girls are like, oh, I'm going to try them. And they're like, they're a little hot, but they're really good and sweet. So, whatever, I'll probably get some. But
I'll be down in that.
Either way, I'm not sure where these peppers are. They might not be hot. There might be some really hot.
Oh, let's test it then.
Yeah, I'm going to bring them.
Habaneros are good. They're fruity and they're hot, but they're not like what we did. So we could eat those easy.
What if we had like a basket mixed with all of them, and you just like had a handful?
What do you mean, like a sauce? Like you would have to dip it in a chip at least,
No,
right?
you could just like hold like the stems and 4 fingers and just like bite them all off and chew them together.
You're not cavemen, Adam.
Yeah,
anymore.
but nobody died. Like, when's the last time you like, oh, Fox News?
Did you die?
No, I didn't die.
No.
We ate the hottest chip in the world.
I thought I was gonna die dude, at one point.
I
was praying like I was the other night when I had strep.
When I went upstairs,
this is a mistake.
I was like, maybe I need to go to the bathroom, but I didn't. But when I had that pain in the side of my stomach, I was like, man, maybe everybody I talked to before this was right, and I have an ulcer now. And like, there's a hole going in, like, and it hurt so bad. I was like leaning against the wall, and everybody was still down here, and I was like, maybe this is bad, man. I just need to go to the bathroom. Never happened, and then it just kind of dissipated. And then it burnt when I peed when I got home.
Oh, and the smell?
I don't remember that, but I remember
the smell of the pee smelled like the chips, dude.
Maybe that was just, I could have, but I remember going home. I didn't, and then I went home and I went to the bathroom. My wife heard me like go, oh my God. Like, I'd never felt that. Like, obviously, never had it burn when I peed, but that time I did. And
we're going to eat some peppers.
That
Off topic.
Yeah, that dopamine. My whole face was numb.
Yeah, that was rough, man. That was rough. Now think about that.
We just
if we were willing to devote as much of our time as we did to eat those peppers, how long was the challenge? An hour.
Yeah.
It was an hour challenge to eat that chip and not drink anything or eat anything with it.
But now we just opened up a whole nother gate because everybody wants to put their suggestion for challenges in now.
Well, that's great.
Oh, sure.
Let's do it. If we get interaction...
If it's not just like peppers, people are going to be...
Well, we only do certain things, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, then that just shut the whole thing. Like, you're like, well...
We'll consider your submissions if we ever get
it's
any.
Appropriate.
If anybody ever submits anything that's appropriate,
yeah,
we'll consider it. We're not going to just throw it out and be like, yeah, it's dumb. No, we'll consider it.
What if somebody was like, wanted me to tase you?
Let's do it.
My wife has a little, like...
We'll talk about something. Oh, no. Okay. If you want to tase me, no.
That's what I just said.
Somebody else wants me to be tased.
I just said, what if somebody said, for me to tase you?
Somebody has to say that. It's not
just
you.
No,
You can't just go,
no.
Okay, like on this submission.
What if Melanie McKnight was like, tase Kevin?
We got to figure out the reason. There's got to be a biblical premise to it. Come on now. Am I doing it for Jesus? Heck yeah, I'll do it. But if we're going to tase me, I want to be shot with a shot taser.
Ow, that hurt. That would hurt, though.
I want that so bad.
But you got, what?
I'm psycho, dude.
You got to pull the barbs out.
Yeah, we probably need a professional here when that
Yeah,
happens.
well, that would suck. Why wouldn't you just want the
Because I've
You don't-
done that and it hurts, but yeah. Or pepper spray. What if we pepper spray each
No.
other?
No.
What if someone suggested that?
When I was a kid, but it's before I had my driver's license. I think we were at some school. My brothers were playing basketball or something, and my mom had pepper spray in her purse, and me and my friend dug through the purse, and it's pepper spray, and
Cross spray?
we sprayed it like on the sidewalk curb, like and we sprayed it to smell it, but it was like. And it didn't get directly in our eyes, but it like sucked the breath out of your lungs.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, oh, it was bad. Like, that sucked. But it wasn't in our eyes. So inhaling it, I can only imagine.
We should do that one.
No.
Probably not the taser one because I've been through a lot. I don't want to kill myself with that taser on a Christian podcast.
I don't know how many people die from getting tased.
That's probably a good statistic to look up. Jamie, look that up. Oh, we don't have that guy yet.
No, we're trying to get. We're trying to get a street squad, a street team, guys. I got a couple of leads. We have Tara on board. Like, she's busy getting college stuff ready, so I'm sure once she gets that all established, we'll be hearing more from her. On her website at www. Now, I've learned this, so like, don't just go on Google and put Street Smart Christian because you're going to get a whole bunch of crap. And we don't have an algorithm strong enough yet to be the first look because it's just me that looks it up, apparently. So,
we're not the first one?
no, you got to go to well, if you just put Street Smart Christian,
Let's see what happens.
our YouTube channel pops up, but not our website. Which is cool. Go to our YouTube channel too, but
Street Smart Christian.
But what I've learned is you got
Street Smart Christian, crosswalk.com, Street Smart Christian, Facebook. Ooh, is this our Facebook?
probably.
Yeah, our Facebook's number 2.
But you have to put www.streetsmartchristian, the number 1. Streetsmartchristian, the number 1.com, and it'll take you straight to our website that we're building right now. It's not perfect.
If you do that, if you don't do the number 1, our website is 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th one down, and there we have our YouTube and our Facebook 2 above that. So you'll find us
There
if
you
you
go.
search anything. If you're looking,
I've been building on it, so like when you go, there's like some animation with clouds and water rippling. When you go to the About Us and in the About Us we have mine, Kevin, and Tara's
that's not that.
little bit of a test, not much of a testimony, but like what led us to Christ and why we're doing what we're doing.
Get the best experience on the app.
Yeah, so
You have an
I
app?
signed up for that, but I haven't tried it all yet. So there's the mobile app, there's the desktop version.
This is my site.
Yeah, I think yeah. And then
Download and join.
yeah, I guess try it out, see what happens. I mean, it's Wix, and so you'll get the
Spaces follow business. So yeah, we need to.
Oh yeah, Spaces. So that's what Living Word has too. So you can get Spaces, and that basically that gives you all like the messages when people message or sign up for Street Squad. But we have a section on there that's for prayer requests and become a member of Street Squad. Now, Street Squad is for everybody. So you sign up for that, you become a member of Street Squad. For all the OGs that sign up for Street, which I had somebody sign up for Street Squad, but I'm thinking it was one of your friends. Because I put it on Facebook like, sign up. And then some Some lady did. Hold on, let me see.
On the website?
Yeah. I don't want to blast her out.
Well, no, we won't.
But we'll talk about it when we're done here. But so one
So
person already, so I know it works when you put in your email. She's probably kind of like, well, you guys don't say much, but she signed up for the email but
we're getting there.
Oh, well, no, because our podcasts, when I put them on the RSS in our podcast, go straight to our website now. So if you guys don't go to Spotify and you don't go to Amazon Music and you don't go to this, if you go to our website and click on that, the podcast automatically link every time I update them to our website. So you can go to our website, click on the picture, like you'll see it's like a 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, the street race that I had, and the street race. So Kevin just signed up to be a Street Squad member.
Yeah.
You can watch our podcast, and not just this podcast, but our street races, our Bible thing. Like I made you an administrator to the website. I think so. So you can change anything on the website too. You can upload anything. I'll get you the RSS code for so if you do a street race.
Logging into it.
Yeah. So if you do a street race, like right now, you can put it on Facebook, but you can you can put it to Spotify. So your own street race, you can put it on Spotify. It's long, but you have to do an MP3. Yeah.
Teach me to it.
But that's.
Can you teach me to?
Yeah.
Website.
Probably not.
It sounds like you got it figured out, brother.
I'm trying. I stay up late at night and I just figure this all out. And it helps because I get into the podcasting world and you got to be so careful with what. I get a lot of my podcast ideas from podcasts I listen to. But you'll start getting pop-ups like, oh, do this and then we'll get you on everything. Well, by the grace of God, RSS showed up and it was free. Well, no, it wasn't free. You had to pay for a year thing to get it on these things, but it's on there, and you can go on Spotify and put Street Smart Christian on there on Spotify on your podcast, and it'll pop up in the feed. Amazon Music, Apple Music. So if you're an iPhone user and you do Apple products, it's on Apple Music, and it's free. It's free to you guys. On both, I'm pretty sure that it's free on Amazon. You don't have to subscribe to any of that stuff because if you do, we're not getting paid for it. But none of these sites we're getting paid for. We're not asking for any money, but we have thought about getting a Patreon.
Yeah.
And a Patreon, basically, what that means, guys, is a lot of our favorite podcasts they go on Patreon, and it's a safe spot to go to where you can talk about absolutely anything. And you won't get canceled. You won't get any you will pay. You'll have to pay a fee to listen to it a month or a year.
But that goes to us, right? Donation wise.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna look more into that.
Yeah.
We don't want to get you guys down a rabbit hole where you're paying money to listen to a couple of idiots on here.
Yeah, we just wanted to use that as a platform.
But it's
for
a
our
safe
testimonies.
spot.
Yeah.
So when we start doing testimonies and we have people come on here that want to share their heart. We have the option to put that on our Patreon so that if you pay for that, you're able to hear that. But we're not putting everybody's business to the world. We're not putting it out there on Facebook or Spotify or any of that. Unless they give us their consent that they want it out there, we will do that. But if it's more personal and they just want to share it with our family of listeners and the Street Squad, you can go on there. I'm going to look more into it. And ultimately, guys, we're not doing this to get rich, obviously. We're not doing this for fame and notoriety. We're out here trying to promote Christ and put it in layman's terms for people just like us that want to know Christ more, but we're intimidated by the big words and the big we're learning that. Kevin and I are learning that a little more and more. But it took time, and we realized that people getting into the faith are like, well, I'm already 30, I'm already this age, or I got this going on. I don't have time but we want to put it into terms that you can understand that get that motor running. We want to be that oil for your gears.
It's never too late and it's
to
never
get
too
it going.
early.
So we get you fired up. We want to get you, the Holy Spirit gets you fired up. We plant the seed, the Holy Spirit fertilizes it, and Jesus gets you. So that's what our goal is. And, you know, we want to keep it going. And we want to bring you the best quality, the best content. We want to get better cameras. We want to get better audio. We want to get this and that. We want to grow. And to grow, we're going to need your guys' help.
God will provide.
We're going to keep doing what we can do, and we're going to keep growing regardless. We're not asking for money. We're not putting a fee on anything. And if that's the way it is, where we're just putting out this stuff, then that's what it is. And we're going to continue to do it. Nothing's going to stop us. But we want to continue to grow. We want to grow with you guys. We love you guys. We're hitting about that hour mark. Is there anything else that you had? Yeah.
Wow. Time flies when you're
Yeah.
having fun.
Now the rain stopped.
Yeah, that was intense. Yeah, I mean, this has been good, man. I got to get that story off my chest. That I felt kind
And be praying for us.
felt kind of cowardice by talking to God and then backing away.
So
But
keep
then,
us accountable.
You know, you've been having the same issues.
Keep us accountable with these street races and these 15-minute short films, and keep us accountable, guys. As crazy as Facebook is, as left as Facebook is, as woke as Facebook is, and this and that, Facebook reminds me every day. I don't know if you get it, but like, reach more audiences with more content.
Boost your post.
Well, yeah, they want money, obviously, and I'm not putting money into it.
I think we have some free ones, but you got to put a credit card on.
Yeah, well, I had a friend
pay
to get his business out there and reach more people, and it didn't do nothing. I mean, this.
Be careful. This is going on Facebook.
Wow, it didn't. It's like, well, yeah, that didn't do anything. So it really works by you guys liking and sharing. That like and share button.
Comment, share, do it on YouTube.
Some people crack me up
Facebook.
because they comment, but I'm like, whoa, yeah, but you didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like, comment, share. Share it on your feed, unless you're like, hey guys, I would love to share this on my feed, but you guys are dumb. Like, then tell me about it.
Let us know.
We want you to be able to share this on your feed and not be embarrassed. Share it. It's that little half arrow thing.
Well,
that's what that button is.
We're kind of embarrassing, so that's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's what it is. But either share it or we're going to show up to your neighborhood and embarrass you.
Start knocking on your doors. And
yeah, so
like, hey, you heard about Street Smart Christian?
And then even if you just hear it on Facebook, go over to YouTube. You don't have to listen to it again, but like it. Hit that bell notification so that every time we put something on YouTube, it notifies you. We won't be annoying and click on your phone all the time, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that's...
But go, if you have all the social medias, which I know most of you do, you got Instagram, TikTok, you got Facebook, you got... So you listen to it on YouTube, and you're like, well, that's good enough. Like, subscribe on YouTube, but just jump over to our page on Facebook. Like, share, like, share, like, share. Without you guys, we got nothing. We can't go on your thing. We can like and share all we want. It only goes so far. So do that, and we're going to start doing street races.
We're going to give you guys more content, guys.
More content, more one-on-one. So just me, just Kevin. When he goes somewhere, when I go somewhere, it's all going to be, it's not scripted. It's just, we're just going to do it. So
we're doing it for Jesus.
Like and share it. Do it. Come see us. Church on Sunday. We're right here at Living Word Church, Callahan, Colorado on Colorado Avenue. Come check us out. Come see us. We'd love to see you on Sunday. We'd love to have you here. If you guys want to be a part of this podcast and you want to come just hang out, talk with us, you don't have to give your testimony. You don't have to give your story. But you just want to talk about Jesus, or you just want to come over here,
put in your 2 cents.
Yeah,
take your 2
come
cents.
see us. We'd love to have you sit here with us.
We want that 2 cents.
Just message us. Go on our website. Send me an email. www www.streetsmartchristian1.com, or you can just hit us up on our Gmail, and that's streetsmartchristian, not the number one, just streetsmartchristian@gmail.com. Hit us up on that, or message us on Facebook, Street Smart Christian on Facebook, Street Smart Christian on Instagram, Street Smart Christian on TikTok.
Do we put all this in the links in the bio?
Yeah, once I edit this video,
Below.
I don't have that. I'm gonna learn how to do that. But if you go to our website at streetsmartchristian1.com, it has all that
Center
links.
hub.
It's got the link to our Facebook. It's got the link to the Instagram. It's got the link to TikTok. It's got the link to YouTube. You just push the little button. It takes you right to it. Message us.
Yeah.
Like, share, hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. Please,
We love you guys. We love you guys, man.
Meredith, I know you're watching. We love you.
We
We're
love
praying for you. We love you. We got that bracelet coming. That's my bad. I'm a procrastinator, but I'm going to put an envelope and send it to you. The last one. Yeah, she wanted one of these.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, send us your address. And she did like 2 weeks ago. All right, thank you.
Did you ever send it?
No, I'm going to now.
Adam!
Meredith, I'm going to send it.
Send it!
I love you guys. Gang, gang. Kevin's going to close us in prayer. We love you.
Lord, thank you for bringing us here together tonight to talk about you and your word. Lord, we pray that you guide us in everything we do and that we reflect you in everything we do. We ask for your forgiveness for many mistakes that we make, any sins that we commit that do not glorify you. We pray that you help us through those things. If we're actively doing these things, we pray that you help us turn from them and look upon you. Lord, you are amazing. What you've done for us at the cross is something that is uncomparable to anything else, Lord. And we owe you everything. And I pray that anybody out there listening, if you have not yet given your heart to Christ, I would ask you to do that now and pray that, Lord, forgive me of my sins and teach me your ways. I want to be a follower of you, and I want to be a pursuer of you, Lord. We praise you in everything. You do so much for us in this world, and we pray that you guide us and you get everybody safe to where they need to go, and that's in your kingdom, Lord. We pray these things in your powerful and holy name. And everybody said, amen.
Amen. Gang, baby, come check us out next week. Look out for street races.
Street Squad.
And
Peace.
love you guys.
Love you.